Love from a duck. Love from a away. This game goes well today. We need this win. We should have beat the Jags last time, but nobody wanted to win that game. The Jags didn't want to win that game either. They just ended up winning. Both teams literally tried to give the game away last time. But the Jags got it. We can't get swept by them. We gotta, even if this season doesn't end, and allow it to happen. Not one bit. But man, not having CJ Stroud, that sucks. I felt like, things were starting to click a little bit with CJ Stroud in the offense, getting the ball out quicker, all that good stuff. And then he gets hurt in the last game. Now he's going to miss this game. It really just sucks, but Davis Mills is 2-1 against the Jaguars. So hopefully he can continue his streak of good fortune against them. That being said, I'm not holding my breath because, the offense has already been so bad this season with the Texans. And now you take out their starting quarterback and insert the backup. We saw what it looked like last week. They were moving the ball up and down the field against the Broncos. They weren't getting in the end zone, but they were moving the ball up and down the field with CJ Stroud in there. And then CJ Stroud gets hurt, and the offense is literally just at a standstill every possession after that. They could not do anything. And like I said, it sucks because I felt like CJ Stroud started getting the ball out quicker. They finally started finding some rhythm, and they were at least able to move the ball. Again, still being stopped at the goal line all the time, can't get in the end zone, but they were at least moving the ball. They're not moving the ball anymore with Davis Mills in there unless they change the game plan and figure out a way to get him to move the ball. But last week against the Broncos, I just didn't see any of that, and I didn't see any sign that there's going to be any hope for them to be able to move the ball. Now, that being said, the Broncos' defense is worlds better, in my opinion, than the Jacksonville Jaguar defense. So, it is what it is. But Davis Mills does have a history of beating this Jaguars team. So, we got a chance. If we can win this game, CJ Stroud will be back. Next week's the Titans. You got a realistic path to be at 5-5 going in to the following week after the Titans. When their schedule starts to get a lot tougher again. But if you can get to somehow 500, and I think the next game after that's the Bills, if I'm remembering correctly. The defense is good enough to beat anybody. Literally anybody. The Bills, they can beat the Chiefs, they can beat any of the teams they have coming up on the schedule because of the defense. The defense will keep them in every single game. We've seen, all of their losses are against good teams. The Texans aren't losing to scrubs. They're 3-5, yes, but they're not losing to scrubs, and they're not losing by a lot. And you're looking at someone who's usually the most critical about the Texans, and I'm even saying that. I'm usually one to be like, oh, season's over, we're done when I see what I'm seeing. But let's take a look at it. They lost to the Rams, one of the best teams in the league, by like, what was it, 2 or 3 points in LA. They lost to the Buccaneers, again, one of the better teams in the league, especially the NFC. They should have won that game. They had the game, and they couldn't make a tackle on like 4th and 17 in the game. But again, another good team they lost to. They lost to the Jags. And we did give the game away. The Jags tried to give that game away. We lost to the Broncos. They're what, 8-2? So, and then we lost to the Seahawks. Again, another really good team. What do they have? 2 losses on the season? So, you're not losing to bad teams, and you're not losing them by a lot. I mean, you're literally in a these games. If you just damn offense. That's all I'm asking. Fix the damn offense. And I mean, we're winning all these games. If we had any semblance of an offense at all, and you know, what looked like catch momentum. Again, they were able to move the ball, not score, but they were able to move. At least it was a step in the right direction. Then you figure out, okay, now we need to figure out how we get the red zone. We figured out how to move the ball. Now we need to figure out how to get 6 instead of 3, right? Or 7 instead of 3. And now we're just got a damper in it, and it really does suck. But I'm going to tell you what the offense needs to do. I've been screaming it all year at every single game. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to listen to me. But I know how this offense can start moving the ball and scoring. It's easy. Quit worrying about getting Christian Kirk the ball. Quit worrying about getting Berrios and Xavier Hutchinson, all these guys. Quit worrying about them. You need to play Nico Collins, you need to play Higgins, and you need to play Noel. You need to play the 2 rookies more. You guys are handicapping the offense. They're clearly the 2 best other guys in the receiving room. If you don't see it, I don't know what was out, led the entire team in yards. And then last week, we don't even target him. What are we doing? The dude is electric. You can run reverses with that guy. You can do little bubble screens. You can do all sorts of things to get Noel the ball and create some offense for this team. But they're not doing it. Another thing they're not doing. Did you guys know this? We are number 1 in the league in yards per attempt on running back screen. Attempted running back screen plays at the 28th rate. 28th. Hold on, am I frozen? I can't tell if I'm frozen or not. Y'all let me know if I'm frozen. But, sorry, yeah, my thing was frozen. I don't know if y'all could hear me what I just said, but I'm going to say it again. We are number 1 in the league in running back screen plays on yards per game, or yards per attempt. In the league at something, but attempt it almost the fewest times in the league. Usually when you're good at something, you try to do that more often, right? Am I crazy? So, here's an idea. Woody Marks is electric. Why don't you get him some damn running back screens? Not only are you good at it, it's going to help your offensive line. Wow, what a mind-blowing thought. So yeah, get Higgins in the game. Get Noel in the game. Get some more Woody Marks in the game. In the pass game specifically. These are the things you're good at. Getting the ball out quick. Quick little passes, right? Keep yourself in positive yard situations. Limit the exposure of the offensive line. Stop running the ball up the damn middle. Here's an idea. Why don't we try a stretch run play? Our line is better at the tackle position. Why do we keep running it up the middle? Some food for thought. Again, quick passes. Stay ahead of the sticks. Being third and manageable, not third and long. This is how this team needs to operate. And if they operate that way, they're going to start winning more games than they lose. It's just a fact. But anyway, I'm about to pick up my buddy, and then we're heading to the game. We're going to go tailgate. If you're going to be at the game, check out Enough Said Tailgaters, best tailgaters out there. I believe the wristbands, you can buy them online. Message me if you want to know more about Enough Said, if you want to get in. You can buy the wristbands to get into the tailgate. I believe they're like $40. And that will get you food at the tailgate, all the drinks you want. They got beers in there, they got sodas, they got liquor drinks. If it's your first time there, they got a shot ski, where you get 4 of you and you can get on the shot ski. I'll take a shot. It's kind of their initiation for being at their tailgate for the first time. But yeah, they got mixed drinks, all that good stuff. So if you wanna meet up, that's where I'm always at. Love to meet all the different Texans fans I can. So Enough Said Tailgaters, that's the spot to be at. I'm there pretty much before every single game. As far as I've talked a lot about the offensive side of the ball. I do kind of want to talk about the defense some. I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, I believe Petrie's out of this game, which sucks. I really love having Petrie in there. But Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, they're playing again out of their minds this year. Absolutely great. I think they're the highest QB pressure duo in the league. Quarterback rating, the average quarterback rating given up by defensive backs, and so it was the average one in the league, and then it showed every single one of our guys, which is crazy. Why this team is, number one in the league defense, and the fact that they have a losing record. The offense has been, and I'm putting it more, I put it more on the offensive coordinator than I do the actual players themselves. So anyway, guys, I just got here. I might go live at the tailgate again. I'll let y'all know. Just keep a lookout. But either way, go Texans. We need this dub today. I think this dub today can get us on the path back to 500, because I definitely think we're going to beat the Titans next week.